Well, hey there, folks. So I showed in another video these 102-inch whips that I picked up. One of them is just a regular 102-inch whip, but these ones had the windings on them. You can see the guy put tape over them, but they had these windings under them. And some people thought it might be for a different frequency or whatnot, but the only way I could see it being for a different frequency was if the rod wasn't connected in there somehow, right? Because if it's all connected, this shouldn't matter. So 191 took one of these just like this and put it on his triple mag mount on his truck, and it was pretty good. But then he put one of the 6-inch springs on there to make a 108-inch. His SWR is laid right down flat with this weird coil on it. So you can see all this white stuff. This is the stuff that was over it. It's not quite a heat shrink. It's just brittle. It's like some plastic stuff or something. I don't know. But it was molded to it. So anyways, there's another 102-inch whip I got here. This is the one where the stuff was breaking off. So I broke it all off so we can see what's under there. So you can see it's an old 102-inch whip. And so the rod runs all the way through it. There's no doubt about it. The rod runs all the way through it. It's all one piece. And this is how it's wound on the other ones too. That weird winding there. You can see it's just wound around there. So we go up, it's wound. Now the other ones are the same way right here. See how they get bigger? They have like just a piece of, it's like they have another piece of stainless steel rod inside of there. If it'll focus. It has something in there. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but you can see it's a little bigger in that area right there. So then it just winds up, and then when it gets to the bottom, here's the copper wire. It just winds up in this little thing here. And obviously that's what's underneath here. Underneath this one, the same little thing. So this is just wound over it. This here, I'm not sure why, but they all have this. So I'm trying to focus in there. I'd hate to... There you go. I hate to undo all this if this is doing something. So anyways, what I'm saying is this tuned out perfect on 191's truck for the 11 meter CB band. So it can't be for another frequency, or it would be throwing all way off. So the only reason I thought it might have been for static maybe is because when I was trying to research this, some guy showed that, he had a 102-inch whip mounted on the side of his vehicle, and he had a ball mount like this here, an old ball mount. And, of course your center goes here, and, I guess on one of these your ground or your braid would go to, or it bolts to the body. And I only found this one thing. He said to eliminate static, you make a copper coil here. And he had copper, probably about like that, maybe a little thinner. And he just made a little coil, maybe it looked about the size of a dime around, and he probably had about 10 coils in it, mounting from there to his coax braid. And he said that coil would eliminate static. Now, whether it does or not, who knows? There's so many myths and everything else out there for CB radio. Who really knows? So then I was wondering, is this to eliminate static? And ever since 191 put one of these on his truck, he said there's like hardly any static at all. His noise floors just dropped to nothing. But the signals coming in are louder than ever. So, I don't know what to say. I don't want to peel this off of here and see what's in here, but it can't be anything. I mean, that's a solid, thing running all the way through it. Hold on, let me get my a continuity meter real quick. Okay, I don't know where my little alligator clips are, so we just use some vice grips. So we've got one lead there, one lead on top of the whip above that. And I would think if there's something in there, it might change the value. And we're on continuity, and we drop all the way down to nothing. So it's a 100% solid circuit there. Um, so I don't know. It's pretty interesting. You guys let me know now that you see it with the insulation off of there. What do you make of that? It's got these two little tails on each end. And here's the other one down here, and once again, you can see it's the same exact way. You got the little tail down here. You got it up there, same exact thing, and then right here you got the part where it's just a little bit thicker with that other thing in there. And that's exactly how the 191 put it on this truck is, and it worked freaking perfect. It tuned right up. So, and also we wondered about this one. Here you've got a short whip. Here's 102 next to it here, just for comparison. Let's see. So there you go. See how much shorter it is. But wonder what they were using this for. I wonder if they were tuning it with the coax, the length of coax or something. Because as far as I know, the guy I got all this from, his son said he was solely 11 meter CB radio only, didn't do anything else. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure, maybe someone knows about that. And yeah. And just while we're out here, so yeah, for the folks that told me this went to the radio, you're absolutely 100% correct. Thank you very much. I don't know why they put a hole in the front of the radio for the wire. They should have done it on the side or the back, but I don't know. Maybe it had to go there for some reason. But yeah, this plugs into the VFO, and then it'll give you the 40 channels. I haven't even tried hooking this up yet. But the microphone obviously goes to this radio because it's all wired for it with a 3-pin. This is going to the radio, and I'm assuming he was using the amplifier with it as well. I did take the lid off. Here's the inside of the lid. Super nice and clean. And I haven't cleaned this yet. I'm going to take some low pressure compressed air and just blow it out. But looks really clean in there. I don't have any reason to think this didn't work. I think, all this stuff worked when he stopped using it. I'm going to have to read up on how to hook one of these up. From what I gathered so far, and I know a lot of you guys have played with these tube amps. So what I gathered so far from what a buddy of mine told me, actually one fella out there, you're probably watching the video, told me to plug this thing in and let it heat up, all day. Just let it get warm before I even try to key it. Since I've never played with a tube amp, the other guy explained to me that once it's warmed up, go ahead and turn it on, and you'll key your radio, and he said you'll adjust your plate, and you want to see the needle go as high as it can possibly go, and then you can just back it off just a tad bit. And then he told me the tune. You want to tune to your SWR meter to get the SWR as low as you possibly can. And then he said back here for the maximum output knob on the back here that you'll tune that for maximum output and then kick it back, he said, like 10% or so. That way you don't drive it so hard. I don't know if it's right or not. That's what someone told me. I'm going to do some more research before I even try to key this thing up or anything. But That's what I've been told so far. So if anyone has any additional information, that would be great. Because that'd be neat if this worked right here. I mean, it's definitely a very cool looking. Just needs to be, just put some low pressure compressed air through there, and I'm sure all this here will clean up real nice. It's not bad, it just needs to be cleaned up. But I figure this here could still be a use to someone. It's pretty big. I don't think anyone will want to pay to have this shipped. I saw one of these on eBay, just the radio alone, and I think they were asking like $180 for it. It was like a buy it now type deal. Yeah, I don't think it's worth anywhere near that. I really don't know. But I was thinking a guy maybe just getting into CB or something, or maybe an old timer who likes this vintage stuff, or even a young guy who likes it, could, if this all works, could have, use this with the VFO and the old school microphone there. It's got a really long cord on it there. Maybe use this. It's still, if it works, it's still good equipment. And then this here, depending on if it works, how it works, I just think this is super cool. I don't know. I know they're not worth a whole lot, but they're probably worth a couple $100 or something if they work. I did do some research. They say the tubes that are in it, they're, I guess, been replaced by another type, and RF Parts had them for like $30 a tube. So that's not too bad. $120 for 4 brand new tubes if it needs tubes, but they're probably going to be good. But I'm going to be monkeying around with this here in the next few days, so that's what I'm up to out here. Thanks for watching. Let me know about those antennas, man. That's really weird. All right, y'all be good.